Chapter 6, Part 4, Bring the Mind Back, Again and Again, Scenes 631 to 640. Introduction, The Long Journey of the Mind.
Scene. The battlefield has quieted into a vast silence as Krishna turns Arjuna's gaze inward once more. Chapter 6 has already described the yogi, steady in discipline, equal in vision, devoted to solitude, and anchored in the self. Yet Krishna now acknowledges a challenge that every seeker faces, the restless mind. However lofty the teaching, however deep the vision, the mind slips away. It wanders to desires, falls back into old habits, and stumbles into doubt. For Arjuna, this is both a comfort and a test. Comfort, because even the yogi faces this struggle. Test, because the cure requires perseverance.
Then, in the ancient world, seekers wrestled with the same difficulty. Yogis who sat in caves spoke of the monkey mind, leaping from thought to thought, rarely still. Discipline was praised, but lapses were common. Some would rise to deep meditation, only to fall again into cravings or distractions. The Gita honors this reality without condemnation. Krishna assures Arjuna that failure in meditation is not fatal. The yogi's task is not to control the mind once and for all, but to bring it back again and again. The victory lies in persistence, not perfection. Krishna also introduces a profound principle. The yogi sees the same self in all beings. His vision expands beyond personal struggles to universal compassion. By seeing himself in others and others in himself, his practice gains both depth and breadth. Even if the mind wanders, the yogi returns with humility, anchored in this vision of unity.
Now, this teaching is immensely practical for us. In modern life, the mind is bombarded by noise, phones, screens, deadlines, temptations. Meditation feels nearly impossible. Many start but soon quit, believing they are failures. Krishna's wisdom liberates us from this guilt. Relapse in habits is normal. Distraction is normal. What matters is recovery, the gentle and relentless return. Every time the mind slips, bring it back. Every time you fall, rise again. This is yoga in practice.
Focus. The essence of this section is clear. The yogi's strength is not in never slipping, but in never giving up. Gentle, relentless return is the method. Bring the mind back again and again. This is the true discipline of yoga. Scene 631, the yogi sees self everywhere.
Scene. Krishna declares, "The yogi who sees me everywhere and sees all beings in me never loses sight of me, nor do I lose sight of him."
Then Arjuna hears a staggering vision. The yogi is not defined by posture or ritual, but by vision. He sees Krishna, the divine, in all beings. He sees all beings resting in Krishna. In this vision, dualities dissolve. Friend and foe, human and animal, noble and sinner, all are seen as part of the same divine reality. This yogi never loses Krishna because his perception itself is infused with Krishna. For Arjuna, this transforms the battlefield. The warriors he faces are not merely enemies, but also expressions of the divine. His fear and hatred can dissolve into clarity.
Now, this teaching reshapes modern life. Many think spirituality is limited to temples or meditation mats. Krishna expands it to vision. See the divine everywhere. When you look at family, colleagues, strangers, even those who oppose you, see the self in them. This transforms relationships. Anger softens, pride dissolves, and compassion rises. It does not mean tolerating injustice, but seeing beyond surface roles. The yogi who practices this vision feels less lonely, less fearful, more anchored in connection. The divine is no longer distant, but present in every interaction.
Focus. Train your vision to see the self everywhere. When you see God in all and all in God, you never lose Him. This is yoga as vision, not escape. Scene 632. The yogi feels the world's pain.
Scene. Krishna says, "The yogi who judges pleasure and pain everywhere, by the same standard as he applies to himself, is considered the highest."
Then, Arjuna is told that the greatest yogi does not merely meditate in solitude, he feels with the world. He measures others' joys and sorrows by the same measure as his own. If he avoids pain for himself, he avoids causing it to others. If he seeks peace for himself, he works for it in others. This equality of empathy is the peak of yoga. For Arjuna, this is practical. Even as he fights, he must not fight from cruelty. He must fight as duty with empathy for all beings, never forgetting their shared humanity.
Now, This teaching is piercingly relevant today. Many pursue spirituality as personal escape, my peace, my freedom, my meditation. Krishna elevates it. The yogi's peace is incomplete until it includes others. To empathize deeply is to live yoga. Imagine how life changes when we treat others' pain as our own. In families, conflicts soften. In workplaces, teams strengthen. In nations, compassion grows. This vision is not naive, it is transformative.
Focus. The highest yoga is empathy. Feel others' joy and sorrow as your own. Equality of heart is greater than solitude of mind. Scene 633, Arjuna voices his doubt.
Scene. Arjuna responds, O Madhusudana, this yoga of equality which you declare, I do not see how it can be steady, for the mind is restless, turbulent, strong, and obstinate.
Then here Arjuna speaks for all seekers. Krishna has described the yogi as equal, steady, compassionate. Arjuna confesses doubt. The mind is too restless. It races like a wild horse, turbulent and stubborn. How can such a mind remain equal in joy and sorrow, friend and foe? This is not a rebellion, but honesty. Arjuna acknowledges his struggle openly. For him, this is not just philosophy, it is survival on the battlefield.
Now, how relatable this is. Who has not felt defeated by their own mind? We start with resolve, but distractions pull us. We meditate, but thoughts scatter. We vow calmness, but anger flares. The mind feels unruly, uncontrollable. Arjuna's doubt is our doubt. By voicing it, he becomes our mirror. And Krishna, as true teacher, will not dismiss him. He will show the path of patience and perseverance.
Focus. Do not fear doubts. To admit the mind's restlessness is honesty, not weakness. Begin where you are, and yoga will guide you forward. Scene 634. The mind's power to bind.
Scene. Arjuna continues, For the mind is restless, O Krishna, forceful, strong, and harder to control than the wind.
Then Arjuna deepens his confession. The mind is not only restless but powerful. Its currents are stronger than wind. To master it seems impossible. He fears failure not in battle but in self-mastery. His vulnerability is raw. For a warrior known for strength, this admission of weakness is profound. He bows before the truth. The hardest battle is within.
Now, this echoes our daily lives. The mind, indeed, feels stronger than wind. It shifts moods in seconds, stirs cravings suddenly, and drags us into regret or anxiety. No external enemy is as strong as the unmastered mind. Admitting this truth is the beginning of wisdom. Instead of denial, we name the challenge. Once we name it, we can begin to face it. Arjuna gives us permission to be real about our struggle.
Focus. The hardest battle is within. The restless mind is stronger than wind. Admit this, and the path to mastery truly begins. Scene 635, Krishna's assurance.
Scene. Krishna replies, O mighty armed one, undoubtedly the mind is restless and hard to control, but it can be trained by practice and detachment.
Then Krishna does not dismiss Arjuna's doubt. He agrees, yes, the mind is restless. Yes, it is hard to master, but it is not impossible. The method is twofold, abhyāsa, steady practice, and vairagya, detachment. By practice, the mind is trained step by step. By detachment, the pull of desire loosens. Together, they tame the storm. For Arjuna, this is hope. He does not need instant mastery. He needs steady effort and freedom from clinging.
Now, this is the heart of practical spirituality. Many expect instant calm from meditation or immediate change from self-help. Krishna grounds us. The mind requires training, like muscles in the body. Daily practice builds strength. Detachment loosens chains. Progress is slow but real. Even modern psychology affirms, habits reshape the brain. The Gita said it long ago, practice and detachment tame the restless mind.
Focus. Mastery is not instant. Through steady practice and gentle detachment, even the restless mind bows. Hope lives in persistence. Scene 636, the yogi's prerequisite.
Scene. Krishna teaches, For one who has not controlled the mind, yoga is difficult to attain. But for the self-mastered, who strives with effort, it is attainable through the right means.
Then Krishna balances truth with hope. The uncontrolled mind cannot reach yoga. It drags one into restlessness and bondage. Yet mastery is possible for the one who strives with right effort. The path is not about talent or privilege, but discipline and perseverance. For Arjuna, this clarifies the battle. Victory over Kauravas is secondary. The real victory is over his mind. If he disciplines his thoughts, yoga will be his.
Now, this is highly practical. Many today want shortcuts, instant meditation, quick peace, overnight enlightenment. Krishna reminds us, without discipline, yoga slips away. But with self-mastery and effort, anyone can attain it. The path is open to all, but requires sincerity. This democratizes spirituality. It is not for monks alone, but for any who strive.
Focus. Yoga requires self-mastery and effort. Without it, the mind drags you. With it, freedom is within reach. Scene 637, The Fallen Yogi.
Scene. Arjuna asks, what happens to one who has faith but fails, who strives but falls away before reaching perfection in yoga?
Then Arjuna voices the fear of many seekers. What if one begins sincerely but falters? Does he perish? Does his effort go to waste? Arjuna's compassion extends to all imperfect strivers, those who stumble along the path. This question is deeply human. Even great warriors fear failure. For him, it is personal. What if he cannot fulfill Krishna's teaching?
Now, this doubt is ours too. Many begin meditation, service, or discipline only to stumble. Fear whispers, your effort is wasted, you are not strong enough. Krishna's reply, however, will be filled with reassurance. No effort in yoga is ever lost. The fallen yogi still rises again in this life or another. This transforms failure into learning and struggle into continuity.
Focus. Do not fear failure. Sincere effort in yoga is never wasted. Even a stumble carries you forward. Scene 638, The Yogi's Future.
Scene, Arjuna presses, does he not perish, O Krishna, like a rent cloud without support, lost on both paths?
Then, the metaphor is vivid. Arjuna imagines the fallen yogi as a cloud torn apart, drifting without rain, neither here nor there. He fears wasted life, lost dharma, failed spirituality. His anxiety is sharp. He seeks assurance. For him, this is not only theoretical but existential. He wants to know that even if he stumbles, Krishna will not abandon him.
Now, how deeply this resonates today. Many fear being in between, not fully worldly, not fully spiritual. The rent cloud is a modern soul, drifting without anchor. But Krishna's answer will dissolve this fear. Even half steps on the path to truth count. The yogi never perishes. His effort is seed that sprouts later.
Focus. Do not despair at being in between. Every sincere step is seed. No yogi is ever lost. Scene 639, Arjuna's final doubt.
Scene. Arjuna pleads, O Krishna, please dispel this doubt completely, for none but you can remove it.
Then, here Arjuna surrenders. His questions about failure are not rebellion but yearning. He trusts Krishna alone can answer. In this humility, he models the true disciple. Doubt is not sin. It is the soil where faith grows, if offered to the right teacher. For Arjuna, this is final reassurance seeking before Krishna's great answer.
Now, this is a lesson for us. Doubt will come about practice, progress, purpose. The key is where you take it. Arjuna takes it to Krishna. In our lives, we too can take doubt to wisdom, whether scriptures, teachers, or inner conscience aligned with truth. Doubt offered rightly becomes doorway to clarity.
Focus. Offer your doubts in humility to wisdom. Doubt is not the enemy if it leads you to truth. Scene 640. No yogi ever perishes.
Scene. Krishna answers, O son of Pritha, there is no destruction for him here or hereafter. No one who does good, my beloved, ever comes to harm.
Then, Krishna gives the reassurance Arjuna longs for. The yogi who strives even if he falters is never destroyed. No effort is wasted, no step is lost. Goodness is seed that cannot vanish. In future lives, he continues from where he left off, carried by the merit of past effort. For Arjuna, this is comfort. Even if he stumbles, Krishna's love holds him. His striving is never in vain.
Now, this is balm for us. In our imperfect lives, we often stumble. We fear wasted years, broken resolutions, abandoned practices. Krishna assures us, no effort for good is ever lost. Meditation, service, honesty, compassion all leave imprint. Even if interrupted, they return later as strength. This reframes failure as part of progress. The yogi never perishes, because the path itself carries him.
Focus. Trust this truth. No effort is wasted, no yogi is lost. Every act of sincerity plants seed for freedom. Closing summary. Bring the mind back again and again.
Scene. The stillness of Kurukshetra deepens as Krishna completes his teaching on the restless mind and the perseverance of the yogi. Arjuna has voiced his doubts, his fears of failure, and his anxiety about the mind's turbulence. Krishna has answered with compassion, offering vision, method, and reassurance. The picture that emerges is not of a flawless saint, but of a human yogi, one who slips but always returns, who stumbles but always rises.
Then, the journey of the yogi begins with vision. The yogi sees Krishna everywhere, and all beings resting in Krishna, scene 6.31. This vision dissolves dualities and anchors him in unity. He extends this equality into empathy, measuring others' joys and sorrows by the same standard as his own, scene 6.32. This is the highest yoga, not escape into solitude, but living compassion in the world. Yet Arjuna voices his doubt. The mind is restless, turbulent, harder to control than wind. Scenes 6:33, 6:34. His honesty is profound. Even warriors who can master weapons cannot easily master thought. Krishna does not dismiss this but validates it. Yes, the mind is restless. Yes, it is hard to control, but it can be tamed through abhyāsa, steady practice, and vairagya, detachment, scene 635. The key is persistence, not perfection. Krishna then clarifies, without self-mastery, yoga is difficult, but with effort and discipline, it is possible for anyone, scene 636. This path is not reserved for the gifted, but open to all who strive sincerely. Arjuna's compassion rises again as he asks, what of those who strive and fail? Are they lost like rent clouds, unsupported, wasted? Scenes 637, 638. Krishna answers with reassurance, no effort in yoga is ever wasted. The yogi never perishes. Scene 640. Even if one stumbles, the seeds of good effort carry forward, here or in future lives. The striving itself is precious, honored by the divine.
Now, this teaching speaks directly to our lives. The mind today is more distracted than ever, pulled by screens, news, desires, and noise. Many try meditation or spiritual practice, only to quit after failure. Krishna's wisdom comforts us. Relapse is normal, but return is yoga. Every time you notice distraction and gently bring the mind back, you are practicing the highest discipline. Progress is not linear. It is a spiral, marked by falling and rising.
This also applies beyond meditation. In daily life, we stumble, losing temper, falling into old habits, skipping responsibilities. The yogic way is not condemnation, but return. Begin again as many times as needed. Krishna's assurance means no step is wasted. Even if you falter, the effort is stored, the seed remains, the growth continues. This transforms guilt into fuel, weakness into humility, failure into forward motion.
Most importantly, Krishna gives us vision. The yogi is not merely a practitioner of postures, but one who sees the divine everywhere, empathizes with all, and perseveres despite imperfection. The highest is not the one who never falls, but the one who always rises.
Focus, the essence of Chapter 6. Part 4 is this, gentle, relentless return. The mind will wander, but bring it back. Habits will relapse, but restart. Effort will falter, but continue. The yogi's greatness lies not in never slipping, but in never quitting. See the self everywhere, practice empathy, master the mind with patience, and trust that no effort is wasted. This is yoga in its truest form. Not perfection, but perseverance, infused with compassion.